Hi, I'm Scott Davis, Chief Growth Officer from Prophet, and I'm thrilled to present to you some of the highlights from our 2018 Brand Relevance Index. Yeah, Apple is the #1 rated brand for the 4th year in a row. 8 out of the top 10 brands are digitally infused and inspired. Half of the top 20 brands didn't exist 20 to 25 years ago. A third of the top 21 brands are owned by 3 companies, Google, Disney, and Sony. All interesting. But what is equally interesting to me is through new innovations, brands like Dyson and Chevrolet and Ford actually cracked our top 50 for the very first time. And then always my favorite, powerful old stalwart brands like Band-Aid, Tide, Folgers, and Clorox remain in our top 50 because they continue to remain relentlessly relevant in consumers' lives. So there's 5 other big findings that we saw in this year's study that we thought we'd highlight. First, people are seeking inspiration from brands more than ever. Pinterest and Lego are just 2 great examples of top 10 brands that continue to inspire people and capture the imagination of both young and consumers alike. Second, the data value exchange between consumers and brands is becoming more acceptable. Consumers willing to trade personal data to get to better personalized experiences is actually happening, and it's becoming more acceptable. It's not just Netflix and Spotify, it's brands like KitchenAid and Samsung. Third, consumers are gravitating towards brands that are inclusive and have a purpose that they believe in. Fitbit and Etsy are great examples, again, top 50 relevant brands that are designed for me, but that also connect me to a broader community. And community and shared purpose are a big theme throughout our 2018 Brand Relevance Index. Fourth, many social platforms continue to struggle. Trust issues are still pervasive. Facebook seems to be leading the charge in this, and it was one of the biggest droppers in our study. And I think that had a halo effect on Instagram and Snapchat. While brands like Uber, which faced a really tough year, actually increased its rankings and cracked our top 50 for the first time because it continues to deliver a consistent and reliable and dependable experience. And finally, the fun one, we continue to want to play and be entertained. Brands like EA Sports, PlayStation, Xbox, Marvel, Fitbit, Fisher-Price, Lego all cracked our top 50. And that just says consumers want to be engaged and entertained by the brands that they love. There's so much more to dig into as you go through the data and see what the lessons learned, what the best practices are, and what are some of the key success factors of the most relevant brands in the world that you could start to apply to your business and to your brand. Thanks.